division. Well, you may wonder, we've been doing division for a while, why a slide on division? Well, here, the interesting thing is that we're going to divide these two numbers, but we're not going to get a whole number as an answer. We're going to get a decimal as an answer. So let's look at it and see what it looks like. Here, well, let's work together. I would like everybody to write this in the jotter, and then we're going to work through it step by step together. Please don't go ahead of what I'm doing. I want you to get the technique. How many 5s are there in 6? Well, the answer is 1. And what is the remainder? The remainder is also 1. So pause there and write that in your book. Please don't go ahead of me. How many 5s are there in 13? 2. But now there's a remainder of 3. And what are we going to do with it? So now watch. It is permissible, because it doesn't change the number, to add a decimal point here, because we know that decimal point always comes after the units. You can also write a 0 here, because again, that doesn't change your number. But we need to write a 0 here because there was a remainder. How many 5s in 13? The answer was 2, and the remainder is 3. So we're going to write it here in front of that 0. Let's just extend this line here so that we have an answer line. And so now how many 5s in 30? And that gives us 6. So the answer is 12.6. Make sure you understand what I did. It's very straightforward. I simply said that when we got to the last number, we added our decimal points, both in the answer line and in our division. And we added a 0 before we put our remainder. Sometimes you even have to add 2 zeros. Let's look at the next example and we'll do it together again. Write this in your jotter. And please don't go ahead of me. Let's work at this together. 4 into 93. Well, first, how many 4s are there? 9, 2, of course. And the remainder is 1, so we'll write that there. How many 4s are there in 13? That should be 3. Now there's a remainder again, but before we can write the remainder, remember what we did? We put our decimal point here and here. Please do so. And then what do we say? We said we write our 0 here before we continue. Please do so. And our remainder, which was 1, let's write it there. Good. So now, how many 4s are there in 10? Again, 2. Remainder 2. So what are we going to do? We need to write another 0 here. Always write your 0 first before you write your remainder. There. And how many 4s are there in 20? Of course, there are 5. So that is how we divide. When we are going to use decimals, we're not going to get whole numbers. So here's your turn.